Hey, welcome, Facebook. Welcome to another edition of Vnetwork Radio, Music Entertainment Talk. Today, we have a special program for you today, and we have a special guest coming into the studio shortly on this 12 o'clock noon edition. We have Shanon LaNier, and he is a author, television host, actor, and social media media influencer. He is a sixth great grandson of our third United States President, Thomas Jefferson and Sally Heming. All right, we're going to be on shortly, and he'll be coming into the studio real soon, and we're so great to have him come on with us here on the Vnetwork Radio Music Entertainment Industry Talk. Entertainment Industry Talk. All right. So you all stay tuned as we're going to have him come in shortly. And I'm going to bring Lakia on. Lakia. And hey, Lakia, how you doing?
Hi, good afternoon, Pastor Padgett. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. Hey, thanks for tuning in to the Vnetwork Radio and being one of our co-hosts here at the Vnetwork Radio. Hey, thank you so much.
Thank you
Um,
for the opportunity.
yeah, so we're going to be talking about Shanon LaNier, who is an author, television host, actor, and social media influencer. He's a sixth great grandson of third United States President Thomas Jefferson and Sally Heming, which is waiting for him to come into the studio. And what do you think about this interview?
I think the interview is very beneficial because, I know a lot of people don't want to admit it, but when people were slaves, our ancestors, that's what they had to go through. So
Mm-hmm.
we're going to have white ancestors. We're going to have it. It's just natural.
Mm,
It's
yeah,
part of our history, and there's no sense in hiding it and trying to
right.
just say I'm one race. You can't do that when you look in your family tree and you see white people in your family tree. You
Yeah,
know,
so,
you
yeah.
can't hide that.
So I
It's
think
just,
that's it's going to be a great interview. Great discussion. I'm
Mhm.
so curious to find out, how he felt when he met with all of the family members in his family, and so it's great that we could be able to present this historic time. I know that he's on a different time zone. He's on a different time zone, so maybe that's issue for him on a different time zone. So we'll see what happens. And if you wanted to, you could, if you wanted to message him,
okay.
yeah, yeah, I'll go on live myself here. Yeah,
Okay.
so we'll be talking about that. But anyway, hey, those of you that's out there and you would like to uh, do me a favor and go out and vote to the tgmea.org. I have been nominated for a Gospel Internet Station of the Year award, Vnetwork Radio, and Gospel Announcer of the Year. And so we want to make sure you go out and vote to www.tgmea.org. And yes. And don't forget to tune into the Vnetwork Radio where we'll be playing gospel music 24/7. And especially this holiday, during the holidays, we're going to be up until January. Up to January, we're going to be, streaming live and going live online uh, to the Vnetwork Radio. Go to live365.com and punch in Vnetwork Radio. All right. And then tune in. So, yeah, so happy to have Lakia here, who's our co-host. We'll be talking about. We're gonna have our special guest come into the studio soon. We're just waiting. He's on a different time zone. His name is Shanon LaNier, who is the uh, great grandson of the President Thomas Jefferson, United States President Thomas Jefferson. Yes. And yep, he's coming into the studio shortly. And yes, Shanon LaNier, um, who is the author, television host, actor, and social media influencer. He is the sixth great grandson of the third United States President, Thomas Jefferson and Sally Heming. So we're just waiting for him to come in the studio. And yeah, a little bit about his family heritage, and yeah, and I think it's going to be great, a great discussion that we should talk about, um, you know, um, during this time. So, Lakia, are you there, Lakia?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So, yeah, definitely. So we'll be discussing that right here in the programming. Coming up real soon, we're going to have our special guest join the studio. We're just waiting for him to join the studio at this time. And he's on a different time zone. And yeah, so we're going to definitely make sure that we have him come in. All right, let's see. All right, we got Lakia. We got Lakia back. So yeah. So definitely we're looking forward to this particular interview. And we're just sitting here patiently waiting. Hey, those of you that don't forget to tune in to the Vnetwork Radio and live365.com. Hey, thank you so much for the likes. Thank you so much for the likes right here on the V Network Radio. Thank you. We appreciate all the support that we possibly can. We're going to be bringing to you the best in gospel music 24/7 each and every day, all the way to January. So tune in, tune in. The link is posted on the V Network Radio group page. And so, yes. Hey, Precious Emmanuel. Hey, thank you for joining all the way from Africa. Yes, the homeland. Yes, thank you so much for joining. And you have a blessed day yourself. Amen. Have a blessed day yourself. And look forward to and the new year to have you come on to discuss your CD project. We're so very proud of you here in the United States. Yes, thank you so much. And yes, and our special guest is in the studio now, and he's getting set up shortly. He's getting set up in the studio, and he's coming on shortly. And yeah, he'll be coming on in a minute. And once he gets set up, and definitely. So thank you for tuning in all the way from the homeland, Africa. And well, we know that you have a new project out. God bless you. We know that you have a new project out. And so we hope that your project is going to be a blessing to people all over the world. Yes. Yes. And so, yeah, we look forward to talking to you about your project and, what you're doing in the music industry. And so very great to have you join us here at the V Network Radio. And as our guest is getting ready, and we want to take this opportunity to bring him on uh, as he as a guest. And he just left the studio. So see what happens. Yeah. All right. So coming up real soon, we're gonna have our special guest come in. And he was just in the studio and then he left out. So we'll see what happens. Maybe he has some technical difficulties with his system. And so we want to make sure that we'll give him another maybe 5 minutes and to join the studio and go from there. All right. So, hey, thank you all. Thank everyone for sending in your holiday music. Thank everybody for sending in the holiday music. We want to make sure that you all make sure you send in your music to the vnetworkradio@gmail.com, the vnetworkradio@gmail.com. Send in your holiday music, and we'd love to have you come in. All right. And we have our special guest that is here in the studio with us. We have Mr. Shanon LaNier, and he's in the studio with us, and we're going to bring him in. How you doing?
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Good to see y'all. Good morning. I don't know what time it is, where we are.
Yes, yes, it's 12 noon here. And yes, so we have the very famous author. We have Shanon LaNier is an author, television host, actor, and social media influencer. He is the sixth great grandson of the third United States President Thomas Jefferson, Sammy and Sally Heming. Welcome to the V Network Radio.
Thank you for having me. Excited to be here.
Yes, yes. And we're so proud to have you here at the V Network Radio. And Lakia is here as our co-host. And Lakia, did you want to say something?
Yes, good afternoon, Shanon LaNier. And we rolled out the red carpet for you, as I mentioned last week.
All right. Let's get dancing on that carpet then.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about um, your project, your book, and yeah, and your family heritage.
Okay, well, as you mentioned, I'm the sixth great grandson of Thomas Jefferson and the woman he enslaved, Sally Hemings. And that makes me a ninth generation descendant. I've kind of known the story my entire life. I've received the oral history from my family who passed it down to myself, my brother, and I. So, we've kind of known who we were related to. But, it was one of those things you take for granted, just like you relate to any other parent or grandparent in your family. It wasn't
Mhm.
until we got older that we really realized the magnitude of it all and who he was and, past
Right.
president and all that. But lately, I've been making sure I tell people he was also a slave owner. People, let's be clear. Let's be clear. Who we talking
Yes.
about here? He did many great things, but he also did many horrible things. And so we just want to recognize him for the totality of who he is and who he was and what he did for this country and to the people. So, we just want to make that clear. And also to the fact that you mentioned the book. I co-authored a book with Jane Feldman. She's a photojournalist in New York City and
Mhm.
an activist in her own right. That she's been,
Mhm.
involved in this fight for years, and she wanted to help bring this family story to life. So we set out on a journey together to hear from the descendants of Thomas Jefferson, both through his wife Martha's side of the family and through his slave Sally Hemings side of the family, and bring those stories together for the first time to let people hear the family's
Yeah.
true stories. And we talked to four generations of people, and I'm excited to say this is my first time telling everybody the book Jefferson's Children: The Story of One American Family is now going to be available as an ebook. You can get
All
that
right.
ebook wherever ebooks are sold. It's going to be releasing on December the 15th.
Okay.
So make sure y'all definitely check that out. December 15th. It's going to be a great gift, Christmas gift.
All
Give it
right.
to the family, give it to kids. It's a family friendly book, so kids can read it, adults can read it, and everyone will be able to take something away from
All right. And
it.
let me just add the picture up on the screen. Jefferson Children, the
There it is.
story of One American Family by Shanon LaNier and Jane Feldman.
Yep.
Uh, and yeah, that's the cover there. And we want you all to make sure that you go out and support. Now,
Thank you.
how was it for you when you met all of your family members during that time?
It was exciting. A lot of them I had never met before. Both even the
Mhm.
Hemming side of the family, I had not met them before. So it was exciting to be able to meet them and to be able to learn more about my family, about them. And it's interesting because, we would talk to people that had never met each other but look exactly alike, or people who have
Wow.
similar histories and backgrounds. Some of the family members who you think are white but actually are black, and people who look white that are black, and people that look black that are white. So it's confusing, and it really makes you think. We are a lot closer than we think we are. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And if people do the DNA research in the family, they may find out they're not who they think they are.
Right.
And We just been so mixed up in this world. It's time that we put the color fight behind us and just come together as people, because we all have a lot of the same DNA and the same genes running through our blood. And if you believe in Adam and Eve, then we all related anyway.
That's
So stop
right.
fighting over stupid stuff. But it's hard for some people because they've lived their whole life with these lies, or they've lived their whole lives believing a certain thing, and now they have to, or they're being told to embrace other people that are different from them. And I think it's an opportunity for us to not be afraid of that, but to
Mhm.
look forward to learning something new, to learning something about a different person, a different culture, a different lifestyle that you may not be used to. And that's where I think we grow. I think that's where we learn more and we become better people, because I think, you know, all those things come together, make a just a better, well-rounded person.
That's right. That's right. And Lakia, did you have some questions for Mr. Lanier?
Yes. My question is, I would like to you to discuss your daddy duty
Oh, okay. First,
organization.
I gotta move this steamer out the back of my head. Hold on. I was like, what is that? Okay, try to move it over there. I'm in my dressing room at work, so I'm like just a little set here, makeshift set. But yes, thank you for asking about Daddy Duty 365. So I have a podcast, and it's for celebrity dads to reveal the good, the bad, and the funny of fatherhood. And so I talk to celebrity fathers about everything under the sun that they have to deal with as parents. Like I said, the good, the bad, and the funny, because sometimes it ain't pretty and we don't get it right, and sometimes we get it right and we're happy, satisfied with ourselves. So it's a lot of fun to hear, Boris Kojo talking about growing up in Europe and then coming here and, trying to instill some of his same lifestyle and some of his parenting skills. Some of the rappers, I've interviewed several rappers who are amazing fathers and all that they've given back, Slim Thug and Trey the Truth, and, so many people who have been was it Paul Wall? And so many people. I was kind of remember who everybody was that I interviewed. Nephew Tommy, who has a show on OWN right now, talking about finding love for somebody. He talked about having that relationship not only with your kids but with your wife, because a lot of times people lose their relationships with their spouses because they're so focused on kids, 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 kids. But you guys still need to go on date night. You still need to enjoy each other. So he talks about that. Um, some journalist said, "Oh, who was had a really good story of Mike Hill. He's a sports journalist, and he's on Fox Sports, and he's Cynthia Bailey's new husband from the Real Housewives. And he talked about how he had to go through some dark valleys himself to become a better person, and how he was encouraging men to get counseling, to get the help that they need, and not saying that there's a stigma attached to it, but just to get help so you can become a better person, because you can't be a good husband, a good father, a good family member, and a good friend until you first deal with some of the skeletons, some of the horrors that are in your own life and things that you just need to get over and grow through." And so I
Hmm.
thought that was very revealing. And you can get Daddy Duty 365 podcast wherever podcasts are available.
All right. All right. Great. And do you have any last words that you'd like to say to our viewing audience out there?
Yeah, I gotta make sure everybody knows Jefferson's Children, the story of one American family, available on ebook. You can pre-order it now. Go to my Instagram page at Mr. Shanon LaNier, and you'll be able to see a link in my bio to that. You might learn a lot about not only my family, but your family, and as well as all the families that make up this country that we live in.
All right. And once again, we're talking with Shanon LaNier. He is an author, television host, actor, and social media influencer. He is the sixth great grandson son of third United States President Thomas Jefferson and Sally Heming. It's so great to have you with us on today. And we hope that you have a great, great, great day. And look here, do you have any last words for us with Shanon?
Oh, sure. I just want to wish him and his family a wonderful, happy holiday and blessed upcoming New Year.
Amen. Well, you all too. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Thank you. Take
Thank
All right.
care.
you.
Take care.
Take
Bye
care.
bye.
All right.
Bye bye.
All right, y'all have heard it here first, right here on the Vnetwork Radio. We had Mr. Shanon LaNier, a special guest, and I'm telling you, he's so busy, and we were so blessed to have him here on the Vnetwork Radio, uh, and talking about his heritage and his family history, right here on Vnetwork Radio. Hey, hey, thank you all. Make sure you tune in to the Vnetwork Radio, live365.com. We'll be happy to bring you to some good gospel music all day long, 24 hours a day. You want to make sure you tune into Vnetwork Radio. Got something special for you. We're going to be playing some good Christmas music. So a little bit of mix of Christmas music, traditional gospel, quartet gospel, gospel jazz, Christian rap, yeah, gospel house music. So we're going to have a variety. That V is for variety. All right. V is for variety. So make sure you tune in. And stay tuned to our next interview coming up real soon. All right. We'll see you all. And thank you so much. Take
And
care.
one more thing, Donna. Let's discuss the shirts.
Uh,
Get
right
ready.
now, yeah, what we're going to do is, yeah, so we'll talk about that. And coming up real soon. And yeah, we want you to tune into the V Network. And don't forget to vote for me. I've been nominated for Gospel Internet Radio Station of the Year, V Network Radio. Gospel Announcer of the Year, and it's www.tgma.org, and you can vote. You can make sure you vote, vote, vote. All right. We'll see y'all a little bit later on this evening, and we'll try to go live later on and talk with you all. All right, and bring you to some good gospel music. All right, we'll see y'all. Take care. Peace.
Bye bye.